Good evening and welcome. Hey, we made it, man. Listen, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Blitz Pickup. Y'all see what's on the title for the day? We talking DBs. We gonna talk the one that we have on our roster. You know, I think that's a big hole that we have our secondary. We're gonna also talk about should we drop secondary at 11. I know a certain individual want to drive linebacker, but we'll talk about that a little later. Today we're gonna focus on some DBs and secondaries who we like, who we may not like, and how important it is to building this team. But before I do all that, let me bring up my co-host real quick. Lou, what's good, Lou?
Tone, what's good?
Hey man, listen, sorry for taking a shot and doing the intro, but you know what I'm saying? We talking
Hey,
DBs.
hey, well, listen, I'm used to the shots coming. That's why, if you've seen tonight, I came prepared. I got the minions out tonight. You see, so yeah, I'm prepared to
I
take
see.
on you and all your followers.
No, well, I'm just saying, you feel me? Hey, shout out to I see y'all in the building. Hey, Coach Mo, you happy with your the VC I see, my brother.
Uh,
I see
uh,
True
uh,
Fin fan.
hey, Tone, all I'm gonna say is a little birdie tapped me on my shoulder, right?
Oh, you
And
got a top from the
and,
birdie.
and I heard we canceling subscriptions out here already, dog. That's what I heard.
And that's what I'm talking about. Uh, listen, I see True Fin fan in the building. That's the beauty of the rebuild. It doesn't matter what position you drive, needs are everywhere. I don't know if that's a beauty, but yeah, that is true. Von Joe said, hit the like button as you roll in. That's a fact. Y'all hit that like button as y'all roll in. Coach Mo early too. What's up? He said, "What's up?" Oh, he said, "What's up?" to Von Joe. Oh, I see what you put, Lou. You put a Coach Mo enjoying that VC already. I I see him in the building already. I see G2. G2 say, "Hey yo, what's good?" Mark, what's good? I see you in the building. Rashad, chill, bro. I see you chill out. Rashad say 5 o'clock. First of all, Rashad, we on Eastern Standard Time over here, my brother. If you're gonna put the time in the chat, at least put it in the East Coast. JD the Great, good evening, everyone. I see you, my brother. Road Runner, I saw you earlier, Road Runner, but what's good with you? But yeah, Lou. As they start to pile in, we got a great one today. We're talking about the secondary. It was the big talk of last offseason. Apparently, it was going to be the worst in history. We didn't stand a chance. Uh, our front seven would have to make up a lot of ground because that secondary was going to be just trash. Mr. Happy all the time and said, "I see you, Kelvin." Unfortunately, well, I ain't gonna say unfortunately,
Mm.
but fortunately for us, it was nowhere near that. Like what? It was nowhere. The secondary was pretty good. That front seven was the one that started off trash, and the secondary
Mm.
hold it down.
Mm.
You know. Now, I would like to point out. Remember, that was a completely brand new secondary. Not the one returner starter was on the team last season. Not one. And Rasul Douglas and Jack Jones, they got him in. They didn't even have him before training camp. They were doing training camp. So, not gonna lie, that back just fire. Rashad
Sa-
say
sa-
it's making them dizzy. Oh, okay.
Sounds like from what you just said, Tone. Sounds like they were trying to set Mike McDaniel up for failure early. That's what it sounds like.
Oh God, here we go.
Tone, can I get my shit off? I'm just
Yo,
trying to
they
Tone.
were. Uh-huh.
Tone. They were bringing in dudes the day before the season started. What we talking about?
Anthony Weaver or Mike McDaniel?
You know what? We're not here for that right now, Tone.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
get into the show. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, come on, my brother. So yeah, man, the second day wasn't as bad as we thought. So the first thing, let's get right into the show. First thing first, boom. Let's talk about the secondary. And if y'all can see down, below our two boxes, the cameras, those are the people for the most part. Now I'm missing like Dante Trader Jr. and Juju Brent on there, but those like how what who are these dudes on on our secondary.
Well, Tone, the best way I can illustrate, for at least for me, you know how I do. I try to throw little punchlines in there. Hopefully, everybody in the chat gets it right. If I had to put a grade on this, or better yet said, over under, I would say 4.5.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you
Yeah.
know. But we'll talk about that 4.5 at a later date. Listen, Tone. Again, to your point, the secondary wasn't as bad as what originally we thought it could be last season. Again, Juju Brents, I'll start with him. He's just injury prone. He can't seem to stay on the field. I like a lot of things about him though. I like his size. I like certain things when he's on the field he can do, but he just unfortunately can't stay on. And then it's just a bunch of guys, bro. Like Jack Jones, kind of a cast off in the league. Rasul Douglas, he's old, getting up there in age. Jason Marshall Jr., young rookie last season. Man, for me, Tone, looking at what we already have in roster, again, Juju Brent's obviously going to be here. Jason Marshall Jr. going to be here. I know we'll talk about the draft later on in the episode and who we would like or dislike or don't want to come in here, whatever. But as far as what's already in place, again, bro, if the Dolphins could get Jack Jones on a cheap deal, Tone, to come back to maybe return, I would be willing to sign up for that. Rasul Douglas, bro, he's a Green Bay guy, right? I don't think Jeff Hafley was in there when Jeff Hafley was at Green Bay, but I damn sure know that Sully, that's been there 20 plus years. I think Rasul Douglas was drafted, if I'm not mistaken, by Green Bay. So that's a guy possibly. Now, again, I don't know how people feel about that with his age, but I'm looking, if Rasul Douglas is willing to come back on a 1 year cheap kind of deal, Tone, I'd be willing to entertain that. And then a guy that didn't play for us last season, but again, going into the season, Tone, if people don't remember, it was supposed to be our number one guy, Kader Kohu, right? He's a free agent. Coming off an injury, I don't think he's breaking the bank by no stretch of the imagination. So from what we already have in the building, Tone, if you could add a Jack Jones and a Rasul Douglas and maybe even a Kader Kohu on a cheap deal, I'd be willing to entertain that as well, or at least two out of those three. It could be Kader and Jack Jones. It could be Kader and Rasul Douglas, or you leave Kader out. I'm just saying, for what we have in-house, you add maybe two more of those guys, and then obviously your draft picks, depending on if it's just one corner in the draft, you want to double up, two corners in the draft, I don't know. But again, the same approach I had last year, Tone, and I've been saying it here recently. I think for me, the front seven is a lot more important than the secondary. You said it earlier, and when you were opening up the show, Tone, and I'll send it right to you. When that defensive line early in the season last year was playing like trash, it didn't matter. That defense looked trash. When that defensive line started playing better, Tone, that's when they started winning some games and rattling some things off. So at the end of the day, I don't think you have to have the elite secondary. Is it nice? Yes. Is it a bonus? Sure. But I would much rather have the front seven taken care of. So I'm going to take that approach. I think you can get by with what you already have in-house. You bring a couple guys in through free agency and then obviously through the draft. But that's my initial thoughts on what's already in-house. There's some, again, Jason Marshall Jr., young, Juju Brents, if he can stay healthy, and then some guys in free agency. I don't think the secondary is as bad as what everybody's making it out to seem.
Well, they weren't bad as everyone initially thought. And I do believe that it was because that was before Jack Jones and Rasul Douglas got in here. One correction, Rasul Douglas was drafted by the Eagles.
Really? So he wasn't there long though, right? Because I thought
he was there for 3 years.
How long was he in Green Bay? Do you know that?
2.5 years.
Really? He played longer.
Yeah. So he went from Philly. He was in Philly for 3 years. He went to Carolina 1 year. Then he went to Green Bay 2020, 21, 22, and then 23. He spent. Yeah, 23. He was in Green Bay, and then they traded him to Buffalo. I don't know if they traded him or he ended up in Buffalo. So yeah. So that's how he
Okay.
went down.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Thanks for the update. Yeah, I could have
Yeah,
swore he was drafted by Green Bay.
yeah, quick research. I had looked it up. So yeah, so the secondary wasn't as bad when we bought Jack Jones and Rasul Douglas, which is two guys that was proven to be able to be a starter in this league. They were two proven starters. As you can know, Rasul Douglas, he was over there in Buffalo before he got here. And Jack Jones was he was in the Patriots first, and then I think he went to
To the
Jacksonville.
Raiders. The
The
Raiders.
Raiders. Okay, the Raiders, and then and then he came over here. His issue wasn't his ability; it was his attitude, basically. But he showed some skills and some talent, and as you can see with both of them at cornerbacks for us, our secondary didn't look too bad at all. Then you add Minka into that situation, and then boom, you know, your secondary was pretty good. Ashton Davis was pretty much trash, but Dante Trader Jr. came in and he looked pretty good as a rookie.
Iffy was trash too.
I even forgot about Iffy. Didn't even bring him up. So,
Yeah, he
but
was
listen,
trash.
I just want to point this out, right? Notable people that we have. We got, like you said, Juju Brent, Jason Marshall, Stormed Up, Isaiah Johnson, and Jason Maitre.
Yeah, I forgot about Storm Duck and Jason Maitre.
Right? I'm not going to lie. Listen to the name. Listen to these names. There's only one thing on my mind.
Who are these niggas?
You know what, Tone? I was about to say, you know what those names sound like? It sounds like Jeff Hafley's coaching staff. That's what it sounds like.
Who? Like, if you're not a Miami Dolphin, and especially someone like me that go to the training camps, you don't know who Isaiah Johnson or Jason Maitre is. You don't. You don't know who Jason Marshall Jr. is. He didn't play enough for anyone to identify him, to be able to understand who he is. So, and then you got Cole, who's a free agent. What are you doing now? He didn't show us enough. Listen, he didn't show me enough for me to say, oh, yeah, we need to have him back. And especially with the new regime, half or Sully probably don't want none of these guys. Right? So the chance of them being on the team is probably slim to none. If we're going to be honest, it's slim to none. They might not. They most likely aren't going to be on this team.
None of them?
Okay, Jason Marshall Jr., yes.
Okay.
Because he's a rookie. They got him for 4 years.
Right.
Juju Brent, I don't think so. Injury.
Yeah, I would probably say he's gone. Yep.
Isaiah Johnson and Jason Maitre is Storm Duck? Nah, bro. Like, the only way I think that they may be on here is because they're cheap and we need to fill the roster out. Hey, are y'all willing to? First question, they go, hey, how do y'all feel about special teams? Because that's where you're gonna give us the most value at.
Fact.
How do you guys feel about special teams? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because those are just the cornerbacks that I'm speaking on. But how many DBs do they keep? Like let's just say cornerbacks, around 7, right?
I'd probably say around 7. Yeah,
6 or 7 cornerbacks. So with those, you have 1, 2, 3. You have 5 right there. Out of the 5, I think they may keep 2.
I think Storm Duck. I think they might keep.
Maybe. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to safeties, we got Minka, Dante Trader Jr., and I believe that's it.
And Minka's probably gone.
And breaking news, my good people. Word is Minka is on the trading block.
Yeah.
I just hope y'all know the news that's coming out is that Minka is officially on the trading block.
Now, Tone, let me ask you this, and we ain't got to be long on this, but just specifically with Minka. Earlier today, I was talking to someone, and they brought up the fact that, because remember, now you can only designate 2 guys for post-June cuts, right? But after June 1st, you can still be releasing people. You can cut people after June 1st.
Yeah.
Right? Do you know that if you just cut Minka Fitzpatrick, if you just keep him on the roster until June 1st, if you cut him after, do you know that you recoup $15 million? So the question I have for you, Tone, is if you could only get like a 4th or 5th round pick, let's say for Minka, is that what would you rather have, a 4th or 5th round pick, or after June 1st, $15 million? Which one would you rather have?
That's without the designation, right?
That's just keeping him on the roster until June 1st gets there, and then June 2nd you just release him, and then you get $15 million added to your cap.
So I just want to point, if that's the case, then trading him, they would save more. Remember, a trade is always the better scenario because you save more on your cap.
Are you sure about that? Because I don't.
I could look it up real quick, but yes, because for instance, like a Tyreek Hill, we saved I forgot how much we saved, but if we would have traded him, we would have saved at least like 8 million more. You get what I'm saying?
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So with Minka, let me see if I can look this up real quick. See what would be his
Yeah, we would have to look that up, because from what I was told, and it made sense at the time when I was listening to it. Like, if you're telling me if we trade them, we only get a 5th round pick. Now, depending on what you're saying, if we get more money, then okay, now you get a 5th round pick plus more saving. But if not, if we ain't gonna make, like, to me, I'd rather have 15 million post June.
I got you right here.
Okay.
Whether we trade them or release them, it's the same amount, 15.6.
Okay, so what I'm saying is right there. So if it's the same amount, if it's a 5th round pick, well, no, because you'll get the 5th and the 15th. All right, yeah, say less. All right.
Yeah. So it always end up being the better scenario, which is trade them, because obviously you're getting the capital, right? And then it's still 15.6.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So it's going to always be a better scenario to trade them, no matter how the contracts are set up. It's always a better scenario to trade them.
Right.
True Fit fans say, my question to Tony, wouldn't a team want Miami to take part of his contract? Not necessarily, no. Now, when you have like what's his name? Ramsey. When you have like a Jalen Ramsey situation, yeah, because they know that he's disgruntled, he want to get out the building, y'all having problems with him, then yeah, they be like, nah, he don't want to be there. But with a Minka, now even if he don't want to be there, he so far he's mature, he handled things maturely. No, you don't have to do that because he's not being a problem in a locker room. So no. Now some teams they do, just to butter up the deal. So for instance, like last year, we didn't have to take on none of Jalen Phillips' contract. They paid the extra just so they can move it from a 4th to a 3rd.
Right. Yep.
So that's the scenarios when it comes to those type of things. So yeah. Hey Nene, I see you in the building. What's good? So yeah, trading them, yeah, Lou, it'll be just to get the draft capital as well as
the money.
Save 15.6 million.
Okay, yeah.
All signs point to he's not going to be here next year. He isn't. Minka is he's gone. Chalk it up. What you said? Chalk it up to the game. Minka is out of here. So that leaves us with just Dante Trader Jr. at safety.
Well, let me ask you this, Tone. Is there anybody that's on the roster or from again, I'm going to throw out a scenario, right? Tinfoil hat, real quick. A guy like Kader Kohu, willing tackler, right? We know that. A little bit physical. If you brought him back, or the question is, do you see any guy that maybe could make that transition from corner to safety? If they wanted to? Could you see like a Kader Kohu moving from corner to safety?
They was trying something similar, with Kohu, but more of that. What that Robert? No, what that little position that they wanted? They was using Jalen Ramsey as. It was more. It's slot, but safety is slot type of role what they
Right.
was using him in. Which yeah, but that the question is Jeff Hafley Jr. Is there a place for a guy like that in this defense? Do we have that
Right.
type of role within his
Right.
defense? Because I'm not sure.
Right. Right.
You know, so and let's be realistic here, right? Most likely they're gonna look at this roster and say there was a failed roster. I do not want. I don't want majority of these guys. And Dave, you said Juju. I thought about Juju, but his injury.
He exercise. And that's the problem with Juju, man.
Like if you can't stay healthy at cornerback, safety, you require you to be even more physical. So I would stay away from Juju. No, because health concern. I don't think, and not just for me, from the outside looking in, Sully or Hafley shouldn't be looking at any of the guys that have injuries concerned to say, oh, we're going to use them to fill up this roster.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I just don't think that would be a smart way to go about it. So I doubt if they take that approach. So to answer your question, Lou, nah, I don't think so. Not too many people. Now, earlier you said something that was intriguing to me, and that is the possibility of bringing back either Rasul Douglas or Jack Jones or either both.
Right.
I wouldn't be opposed to that, especially if they're coming back for the vet minimum.
Yeah, see, I think you get closer with Rasul Douglas to the vet minimum
than Jack Jones.
I think Jack Jones kind of played well enough to get, again, I don't think he's going to break the bank, but he might price himself out of Miami for sure.
And that's the problem we're going to run with a lot of these people, right?
Are you off of Kader Kohu, Tone?
Yeah, I'm done with Kader Kohu.
Okay, all right. Even on a 1 year, like let's say prove it deal, let's say if you could get Kader for 1 year, like let's say $3 million, 1 year $4 million, something like that, you wouldn't entertain that?
No, because that's what we was on last season. He got injured.
Hey, listen, I can't argue that.
So it was like, no, you got injured. We gave you a prove it deal, and you proved that you couldn't stay healthy. So that it is what it is at that point. So move on from him. I'm not in the business of holding on to no one in the past regime that is not an absolute, like, you know what, Lou, when you ask me that question, I want to be like, oh yeah, for sure. Like if you ask me about a Jordan Brooks, oh for sure.
Right.
Bring him back. If you ask me about a Rasul Douglas, oh for sure. I wouldn't mind that for sure. Like it's not a question about if he's willing to come back on a prove it deal or even a vet minimum, I have no problems with that. Same with Jack Jones. But like Ashton Davis,
yeah, I'm off. Yeah, those guys I'm off. Yeah, for sure.
Kick rocks, man. Y'all could go. We don't need you guys. You know, y'all haven't shown us anything to say, oh yeah, I'm willing to take the chance to bring you guys back to see how y'all perform under this defensive scheme. No, I don't know. They haven't been that good. Now, I do understand we're in the need for, bodies on this team, but guess what? That's what they have free agents for. That's what they got undrafted for free agents. That's what you go into the draft for. And you build a roster like that. And we know it's going to be, for the most part, for cheap labor. But listen, they got 29 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Help grow the channel. We are 6 away from 800. Man, y'all try to get us to 800, man, by the end of the night. We just need 6 more subscribers. So y'all help grow the channel and hit that like button. Hit the notification bell as well. So y'all know we go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8-ish. Y'all know how I go over here. And then, once the season starts, we will be live streaming the game. Well, not live streaming, but calling the game, doing a live play-by-play on Sundays, Thursdays, and sometimes Monday nights. But, yeah, so, Lou, when it comes to these players that we could say who potentially coming back, no one really grabs my attention. From you? Did anyone grab your attention from you?
Well, again, obviously, what you said about Marshall Jr. Him being a rookie, I think he's a lock. Um, I think Storm Duck has a chance from his size. It seems like Sully and Hafley's approach, they like the bigger type players. You look at the tight end they went and got, he was 6'8". You look at the Marshall kid that they brought in a wide receiver, he's like, what, 6'5", 6'6", something like that. So I would say Storm Duck being, I believe he's what, at least 6 foot, 6'1", maybe something of that nature. I think Storm Duck might have a chance. And then again, Tone, to regurgitate the same thing, I would be willing to entertain Jack Jones. I would be willing to entertain Rasul Douglas. I think I'm more, again, Cater for the right price. I don't know if I would be willing to move off of Cater just yet, right? I don't think he's done anything special, but I don't think he's been like a liability neither. So again, if it was like, if we're talking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million for Cater, I'm off. But a 1 year, 2.5, 3 million, 3.5, something like that, I would be more willing to entertain Cater as well for that price. But after that, bro, I'm with you. There's nobody that I would entertain.
Yeah, and I don't want Sully or Hafley to be blaming the pass regime for these people that they on this. If you're not under contract and it don't make sense to bring you back, don't bring them back. And if it don't make sense to cut you, that's the only way I would keep you on this roster. Anything other than that, yeah, just go ahead and start this whole thing over with and bring in all fresh new faces, fresh new guys. I'm quite sure they have relationship with guys that they worked with in Green Bay or that came through their practice squad, things of that nature, people that they've been looking for on other people's practice squad when they was in Green Bay. So I'm quite sure they could do a whole revamp of this roster and we don't have to worry about, maintaining anyone off this roster unnecessarily. Right. But so speaking of all of the holes that we potentially gonna have, especially at secondary, I don't think, like I said, only Jason Marshall Jr. And secondary, you need multiple people. I mean, not secondary, cornerback. I'm sorry, you need multiple corners, at least 3, especially the way the league is going now, and then only having 1 safety. Once you get rid of Minka, draft. What are we looking for? Hold on, let me get it right. There we go. What are we looking for in the draft, Lou?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there's 26 of y'all. Y'all 26, go reach out to family, friends, because this is the portion of the show y'all always come for, because I'm going at him. I'm telling you now, if he comes with this foolishness about secondary at 11, I'm lighting this panel and this chat on fire. But, Tone, in the spirit of the show, yeah, there's some guys that I'm intrigued with in the draft. Definitely not in the first round, I would say, or at 11, better yet said. Well, Tone, before I get to my guys, where you finished was, and I do think me and you kind of have the same opinion, Minka, whether he gets cut or traded, he's not going to be here. I'm going to ask you, again, a quick question. Is Caleb Downs a player for you at 11?
No.
Okay, there you go. So, obviously then, from the corner position, Tone, in the draft, you got the big names, right? You got McCoy from Tennessee. For me, and the reason I'm starting with him, Tone, the simple fact, he hasn't played football in over a year. A concern was for the pass regime. They always brought injury-prone players. So you want me to believe, as talented as the kid is, your first draft pick as the new general manager and head coach is going to get a player that hasn't played football in over a year? McCoy's out for me, especially in the first round at 11. Again, good, talented player from what I've watched on tape in other years. Go to Mansour Delane out of LSU. From a scheme perspective, I think he's probably the best option you would have out there, right? Like, he fits what Jeff Hafley and his defense wants to do. I'm not picking him at 11 either. I'm sorry. I'm not going a guy that is he's virtually a zone corner. When I think of corners in the first round, I need you at some point to play man to man. I need you to be one of those ones. I think of the Darrell Reeveses of the world. I think of PS2s of the world. Those guys can lock you up. Now this guy can, I guess, lock you up in a team aspect, zone aspect. This that again, too rich for my blood at 11. I'm gonna give you some other guys that I kind of like though, Tone. Right, and I'm gonna throw a couple names out here. Julian Neal out of Arkansas. Right? I like him. Jalen Kilgore, South Carolina. I like him.
Wait. Yo, South. Go ahead. No, sorry. Go ahead.
What? Is there an issue?
No. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Hey, boy. I do a little research for the show and already getting cut off. I'm doing a little research. You know what I'm saying? I've been prepping for the show, and look, now I say South Carolina. Now you off.
No, go ahead. My bad. My apologies, sir. You right.
Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. Domani Jackson out of Alabama. Oh, hey, boy, you think you're the only one that got Google, dog? You the only one out here that think you can watch film and break down prospects? Is that what you think? Oh, okay, I bet. Avion Terrell out of Clemson, right? These are, again, guys that you can get later on in the draft that, again, maybe not at the upper tier talent, but guys that are, guys that you can bring in here. I know Kelvin Jackson sucks. Look, finally something that Kelvin don't like. Jackson sucks. There it is. I finally got Kelvin to break, Tone.
What Jackson?
Damani. That's what he's saying.
Oh, Damani Jackson. Oh, okay.
Okay. How about Malik Muhammad out of Texas? Like him? No?
I like Texas cornerbacks for pretty much anyway. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
What's his height?
You talking about Malik Muhammad?
Yeah.
I think he's 6 foot from what I seen. I think he's right at 6 feet.
You see, you know what sign Pons. Hey, coach. We know he's saving Pons for last. I'm just waiting for him to go to Pons.
Now, hey, Coach Mo, can I get my shit off? Coach Mo, can I get my shit off? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking. Now, I just want to get my shit off. Now, everybody, right, is on McCoy out of Tennessee. I'm going to give you another guy coming out of Tennessee, right?
Don't tell me Hood. Don't tell me for to say Hood.
Colton.
Oh,
Hood.
My God.
I'm killing Tone right now. See what Tone thought Tone thought he had me. Nah, bro. Hey, Tone, while I'm working, I'm doing homework, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm on
stuff. I mess up the name all day. You go steal my prospect? It's crazy.
hey, it is what it is. And I don't even know how to say his last name really. But another kid out of South Carolina, and these are guys
Cisse.
Again. Brandon Cisse,
or
whatever.
Still normal prospects, my brother.
Well, Tone. Hey, Tone. Listen, the reason me and you do a show, dog, is because great minds think alike. I mean, what you want me to say? You know what I'm saying? But now let's get to my sleeper, right? Coach Mo, I need you to leave the show and go play with that VC box for a little bit because it's my man Pons. That's the guy I'm looking at, right? Now, Tone, you just said. We were talking earlier, and you brought up the fact that you're off of Cater Code. Now, Pons, he has everything that I want in a corner except the size. He's 5'9". Yeah. Outside of that, Tone, me and you talk about the makeup, the mentality, the dogs. We want dogs to come in here. Well, I don't know if anybody watched Pons out of Indiana. You want to talk about dog? That's what he is. Whatever dog you like. If it's a Rottweiler, Doberman, Pit Bull, he has all of them. That's what he is. He's a dog. Now, he's just small. But if you're talking about, again, Tone, you bring back a Jack Jones, you bring back, and we were talking about it earlier today, me and Dade in the space, Rasul Douglas, Jack Jones, and now you bring in a guy maybe second round, maybe it's a little too early, but definitely in the third. If Pons is sitting there in the third, you got 3 third-round picks. You get a guy like Pons in there as your nickel, your slot guy. Hey, Tone, listen, man, that's my guy. Everybody knows it. I'm a Pons guy. But again, I gave you a lot of names there. I'm just not going, and this is where me and you, I think, will disagree a little bit. From the first round aspect, I'm not going. Now, in a trade scenario, maybe if we trade back. But I'm trying to get away from the upper tier talent because I do think this is a deep corner draft. I rattled off some names that I like maybe in some later rounds, and I still think that can be productive. Tone, I'm sorry I took a couple of your guys, but again, bro, like you got me on the show for a reason, Tone. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Shout out to Chef Drew in the building. 25 likes, 36 of the people in the building. Hit the like button, please. Y'all hit the like button. Listen, try to get the channel to 800. We were 6 away. If y'all could get us to 800 before the end of the day, I would love that. Both with me and my co-host, we would love that. Listen, Lou, I'm not gonna lie.
I appreciate that, dog. You see what I'm saying? I appreciate that.
Taking some of my prospects is, I gotta give you props. You know what I'm saying? I thought you were driving all day. You ain't have time to do your homework. And you have way more prospects than I do. So you know what? Hey, Dave, give him a code, a shout out. You hear me? But listen. So now we do disagree. Now, Minnesota Lane. I know. See, we was going back and forth. And he is really good in man coverage too, Lou. I want to point that out. He played predominantly zone at Virginia Tech. But last year in LSU, he played a whole lot, which majority of his snaps were at 101 man coverage, which he proved that he could play both ways, zone and man. That's what makes him such a big prospect, because there isn't a drop off in his man coverage or his zone coverage. For me, though, I know I was telling you about how important it is for, DBs and all that. When I watch DBs, you have to pop off the screen for me. At 11, you have to pop off the screen. Now, not being targeted, cool. I saw Dave putting his stats in, how it was like, 3.9 QBR when they went at him. He didn't allow not one touchdown. Let me tell you something what's really impressive about Mansour Delane. 0 penalties. That's what's impressive about him. He does it without getting handsy. But at 11, I'm not, no. You don't jump off the screen for me. Now, I could be proven wrong. But my first pick, at 11, I consider that a bona fide top 10 pick. You're one away from the top 10. Those type of guys, you have to jump off the screen, at least for me. And it just wasn't there. When I'm watching, if you don't jump off the screen for me, I just look at you and say, oh, okay. You may be a great cornerback in the league. I just didn't. I wasn't blown away by him. So then you talk about Jamar McCoy, right? Jamar McCoy.
Yep.
That injury is what concerns me. Watching him, he did jump off the screen for me though. But that injury is too concerning. I'm with you 100% when it comes to the injury history. It is just entirely too concerning for me to invest an 11th overall pick on him. Now, if the doctors clear him or whatever, and they don't want to make the mistake with Will Johnson. Will Johnson fell in the second round because of his injury. Now, something like that happened, by all means,
I'm with it then. Yeah, I'm with it there. Yep.
But at 11, I'm sorry. My guy, and you didn't say this guy name, is Avion Terrell out of Clemson.
Oh, I said Terrell.
Did you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I was probably doing my research.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all of them, he's the one person that jumped off the screen for me, though. but not at 11. I'll trade back and get Avion Terrell because I think you could get him mid to late round, the late first. I think I'm just me, but he's more in that mid. So you give me like 16, 17, 18-ish. I'm good with that, and I could get some capital. You want to talk about a dog, Lou? Like you talk about your boy Pond? Watch Avion Terrell.
Absolutely. Yep.
He missed tackles because he be trying to bring that boom too much.
Hey man, I like Terrell for sure. Absolutely.
Physical. You know what I focus? Watch him against. Well, he's 5'11", but those big physical receivers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He fight them like he's 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up. Always been a dog, and he's pesky. I need that from a cornerback.
I agree.
And the one thing that he might be short, but that boy run a 4.3. 4.3. Legit 4.3 too. So that's the maker speed. He's a ball, shout out to Rowan, a ball hawk. And you want to know what? He forcing the fumbles. Very, very aggressive. He has the Peanut Tillman mindset. Go look how many times he punched the football out. A turnover creator. Those are he said Delane is 5'11". They got him listed at 6 foot, so I'm just, who am I? But those are the type of guys that you say, okay, especially like in mid-round, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll take that. It's really, so that'll be my guy. I know we was arguing earlier about them. No. I was just arguing because of the position. But no. I'm not spending 11 on Master Delane or Jamar. What is it? Jermar McCoy?
Now, I don't want to cut you off, right? I'm going to give it right back to you. But everybody that argued with me today in the Twitter space, Tony is killing you. Look what I want those people to know. I told you, I know this man. This man be putting on for y'all, dog.
Hey.
I told him you was putting on.
But we didn't say specific names. We just said quarterback. Elite quarterback. Over. I didn't say he was elite. I didn't say that. But so yes, that when you have a cornerback that you're going to spend, because everyone they're putting up Master Delane in this top 5, top 10. Man, listen. You got to be one of the ones. You have to be up there in the top DBs. Up there for, first of all, you got to be up there for Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. You have to be if you're going to invest that. Because that's top 10, 11. Those are the guys that you invest that in. They have to, because that position, quarterback and cornerback, middle linebacker at 11 goes.
Why me? Why me? Hey.
Yeah. We found Lewis Burner. Ladies and gentlemen,
call it what you want.
We found Lewis Burner. No date. I did not put a Omar Kelly because I never said Mansell Delaney name. That's why if you go back and listen, never said his name.
Talk to him, Tate. Talk to him, Dave. Talk to him.
That's why I kept on saying an elite cornerback. Elite. I didn't put him in that elite, at least from what I was watching. Very, very good. Very good. But elite. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think he will be elite for me. Running a 4.5? Ooh, you got to be Xavier Howard ran a 4.5 and he was elite. I give you that. But
Xavier Howard was a ball hawk, though.
I was just to say, it's Master Delane and Xavier Howard. Or he going to give you them turnovers. See, he's physical. Xavier Howard said, my trick is I make 4.3, 4.4 guys run a 4.5. Because how physical he get with them. And that's what I'm talking about. And we got that in the second round. So, no, sir. But yeah, that's me. Now you did call Colton Hood. A lot of people not talking about it. His strength though is zone.
It is zone, and that's why I was looking at him, Tone, because I'm looking at guy because Jeff Hafley likes to run a lot of zone. You look,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So I'm trying to find corners, or I've been looking at corners that would fit the bill. Colton Hood is a guy that doing a little research, breaking down. Again, another guy fits the bill, and you don't have to draft them at 11. I think,
Yeah.
again, to your point, later on in rounds, these are guys you can look at that would fit the bill.
And they had a first round, but late first round. Something he's more like a second round guy for Colton Hood. But guess what? I have to point out something. He's great in zone. He's amazing. Press coverage. First 10 yards, man, that man look elite. But when they take that man on them deep routes, he struggles. Which is why he's better suitable for the zone.
I would agree.
He struggled. He ran a 4.4. He just struggled.
Yeah, Anthony Manzano, real quick. Julian Neal, that's a guy that I named. I like Julian Neal a lot too at Arkansas. I like him a lot too. So, but go ahead, Tom. My fault.
Yep. I'm trying to look. Oh, and yeah, I was talking about Colton Hood. That deep. That's why what you say. Yeah, you wait for maybe second round, but you're not bringing him in to be your number one lockdown corner. You're not doing that.
Tone, what is your thoughts on Malik Muhammad? I seen that Kelvin said bring Muhammad home, so he must have liked that name that I said.
Now I wasn't gonna focus on him, but when you brought his name up, right, I was like, I don't want to put too many names, which I see you did, you know what I'm saying, and cornerback because I wanted to talk about safeties. I love physical backs. I just love the physicality, not afraid to tackle. Get his hand on people. Now I don't know his 40. What was his 40? Do we have his 40?
I would have to look that up. I don't know. I think he's more of a 4.4 guy though.
Yeah, I'm good with him, especially if you get him, in the later round. Anything outside of the first, yes, bring them in, let them do what they can do, and you got great value there, great value, right? Now, Cole. Now you brought up this is another one of my guys you brought up, right? Brandon Cisse.
Ooh.
Brandon Cisse runs a 4.3.
Yeah, fast as hell.
The thing about him is he's 6 foot, but his arm length makes him taller. He plays taller. Go look at his arm length. He's played way taller than what he is. And he had that makeup speed. And 6 foot is ideal for corner. Well, now they want 6'1", 6'2", but 6 foot, yeah, he's good over there. Right? But Lou, now you brought up a key addition. This is why he's lower on my zone isn't his strongest suit. And we know that's what Jeff Hafley want to do. Right? He tends to get, and this is why zone isn't his strongest suit. Double moves.
Yeah, he's aggressive. Right.
Double moves. And you can teach, you can be taught though. Remember, we don't want a Cam Smith. Cam Smith couldn't stop getting killed by the double moves to save his life, man.
Dave, real quick, I'm glad you brought that up. Tone is showing his oh, my bad. Go ahead, Tone. Oh, you bringing those guys up?
Well, the Jacoby Thomas for sure.
Absolutely, I would say yes. Yep,
for sure. Dave, I ain't finished my list. I ain't finished my list. You understand? Like you thought I was gonna leave out Keontae Scott? No. I'm relax, Brandon Cisse, but I think that's the only downfall I would say because it looked like Hafley wants to be predominantly zone, so that may be a learning curve for him. Get them eyes, you know how you go. Hey, stop them eyes. Watch them eyes. Be careful. Don't get it too. He getting a little too looksy. So yeah, but admit it, and that is like early second round, second to you can have that in the second round. Now, of course, you know what I'm saying. Get to my boy Keontae Scott. Keontae Scott is a slot. You get Keontae Scott with one of them third rounders, Lou. One thing about Keontae Scott, playmaker, physical. You don't have to teach instinct. Now I'm a UN fan, so I watch him a lot. Those instincts is some things that you can't be taught. You cannot teach his instincts. And if you can look at our secondary was amazing. But the level that secondary raised when you input Keontae Scott back into that defense was night and day. And do you understand how dangerous you can be with a guy like Keontae Scott in the slot? With the third rounder, for sure tackler. Love to bring that wood.
Mm-hmm.
That you need killers with that mindset. And just watch. Just watch how he talk about the game.
Oh yeah.
His biggest thing that he always say, all that talking on the web, get on the field and do something.
Now, Tone, in the third round, D'Angelo Pons, Keontae Scott is on the board. Who you going?
You know, I'm going with Keontae Scott. I'm sorry, I'm biased.
That's your bias. That's your bias. Come on, dog.
But I ain't gonna say more physical because Pons is a dog. And I purposely didn't bring up Pons because I knew that was your main, one of your main prospects that you were checking out.
Right.
But Pons, I'm not mad at either one of them. Not mad.
You know what? I would agree with that. I wouldn't be mad with either one.
Either one you go, I'm not pissed off. Even if both of them are on the board at the same time. Yeah, Dave. I know he has that height on him.
Do you double dip if you can get both of them? Do you do that?
I wouldn't mind. Now we now that quarterback, you don't forget about that quarterback in the third. Now we're not gonna forget about this. It's still team building, but you need secondary is you need secondary. You need as many DBs as you can. So yes, you double dip for sure. Now, Lou, we focus on cornerbacks. Let's talk about my safeties.
Now KP has a good one there too, and I did leave him off. Will Lee is a good one. I will agree with KP there.
For sure. What we think Will Lee going though? What round?
Again, could a team reach for him in the third? I would say at least for me at least fourth and beyond. Again, that's just me though. I don't know if I'm going Will Lee anything above the third, but again, fourth round, maybe fifth round, somewhere around. Like if he's there, absolutely. Now KP's talking about second round. I don't know if I go that high for Will Lee.
Okay. Cool. Now, Dave said second. Listen, safeties. With the recent news that came out, Minka on the trading block, safety bumped up a little when it comes to what we need and as far as building a team. Still, there are so many safeties that you could get in the later rounds, Lou. I just didn't want to focus on them. They got my bad, Jacoby Thomas.
That's who I want.
That man slotted in the fifth and sixth round.
And I'm telling you here right now, Tone, if Jacoby Thomas is there in the fifth round, I am running to the podium.
I'm not even going.
It's not even a question.
I'm not even going to allow them to say Miami Dolphins are on the clock.
That's a fact.
Not even going to allow them to say that. If Jacoby Thomas is sitting there in the fifth round, matter of fact, if he's sitting there in the fourth round, snatch him. Go get. You talk, man. You get any one of the Pons, a Scott, and a Jacoby Thomas. Do you know how physical you just made that secondary?
I would agree, bro.
Did you want that? Listen, We just got in a heavy debate earlier, debating the Legion of Boom, the no-fly zone. Do you want to know what was the one constant with those teams? The one thing that they had in common? Physical hitting secondaries. Impose their will on them receivers. Make those receivers not think about yak. Think about that.
That's a fact.
And you tell me you're going to get a Jacoby Thomas and a Pons or Keontae Scott?
Yeah. You definitely making that secondary physical, for sure.
You just made a physical secondary that makes teams double think about them routes across the middle.
Man, and could you imagine that secondary tone with those guys you just mentioned and playing in front of them, having that middle linebacker patrolling the middle? Could you imagine that?
You know what? See now it makes sense. When you put it that way, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna argue with that. It makes sense with them guys. Because when you can get those guys. Sonny Styles. Come on, my boy. If we can get those guys, see these guys, listen, with my God, if you can get any of those guys, man, yeah, you cooking with grease. You're cooking with grease if you get those guys. Now, all I'm gonna say is, I hope Sully and Happy as well don't be like the past regime. I ain't even gonna say the past regime. If we see these guys, and if any of these guys are on the board and you move off them, or you pick someone that wasn't on neither one of our radars, none of us, listen, we don't get paid to do it. We don't. But Lou, you know what? Lou? I don't do this often. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But, a small amount of time that we've been out here doing this. The small amount of time. Well, YouTube, this is now going into year 2. On X and Spaces, I'm 3 years in. Going into
right.
4.
Yep.
Majority of my prospects hit. I'm sorry. Prospect up. Oh yeah, I like that guy. Oh yeah, bring him in. Oh yeah, and they're on the board. You're not gonna find too many misses. Now, have there been some people that I haven't mentioned that panned out? One in particular, a Patrick Paul. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Of course. But you know, Blitz was my guy in that draft.
Yeah.
Well, not in that, but in last draft. But typically, we don't miss when we say, okay, we're looking at somebody and I will get him. You know what I'm saying? You don't have too many, and I'm not, they ain't bragging. I'm just speaking facts. Throw a name out there. For the most part, yeah, they become one of the ones, or they do what you expect them to do. Have I had misses? Yeah.
Well, everybody has misses, Tone. To further illustrate your point, you were very high last year on Greg Zabel. He just won the Super Bowl as a rookie.
Yes.
I was very high on Nick Eamon-Warren. He also won the Super Bowl as a rookie. So to your point, bro, like when we identify certain players that we have very strong opinions on, they usually turn out to be really, really good players in this league. And
don't forget the year before, we both were very high on Brian Thomas Jr.
And he hit as a rookie.
Rookie up there for rookie of the year. How many touchdowns he had? Like we just got to keep it a buck. Not saying we're the smartest guys in the world, but a lot of the people that we say, when they're on the books, teams grab them, and they become one of the ones. I was big last year. Not only on the 2 people that I said, go, y'all, these are documented. The 2 people that I said, when I looked at offensive line, there was 2 people that jumped out to me. Tyler Booker and Greg Zabel. While all y'all was on Will Campbell, And Amon Mimble turned out to be good because I said Mimble, I had no bad thing to say about him. But I said Tyler Booker
look at
and
your boy
Grace Avery.
Kelvin. Look at your boy Kelvin.
BTJ, we got to see more. Kevin White 2.0.
2 crazy.
All right, Kevin. Now, do we have to see more? Yeah, second. It was more off-field things with him. No, I can't say because he had a bunch of drops that was ridiculous. Sophomore slump. But it's all good. Hey Lou, when we was listening to certain individuals and they was giving us these names about these quarterbacks, me and you saw Jackson Downer say, yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one. What did I say? Remember back then they were showing the Mateer and all them, the Alar and all. Yeah, look at this. And I said,
and we seen that one throw. Yeah, we seen that one throw.
I don't see this one throw that I seen out of Jackson Dart that convinced me. And I'll say, okay, yes, I could work with that. Because certain things you just can't teach. Certain things jump off the screen to you and say, oh, okay, we can do that. And then coming from what he did at Ole Miss, people.
Absolutely.
They didn't have the top tier talent over there like that. He put on over there. So,
hey, Tone, I know this is a secondary show. We're talking about secondary and stuff, but again, we're a show for the people. Shout out to my man Canes. Canes got a question. It says, question for the panel. In your opinion, who is the player in this draft that is a must-have? I'm guessing for me and for you, like a player that if he's on the board, you just would run to the table. Again, everybody knows mine.
Ruben Bain.
See, these are tough. Ruben Bain is one, again, at 11.
Listen, if those guys are going, Sonny Styles.
But for me, Sonny Styles is the only one I'm taking over Sonny Styles, and I'm going to be honest, really transparent, because I know I said Ruben Bain. And the thing with Ruben Bain, I'm having the conversation, right, Tone? Like, if we get slotted, 5 minutes to make the pick, I'll probably 4:59. Like, it's going to be really, really hard.
Yeah.
But I would take Sonny Styles over Ruben Bain. The one player that I would say that, again, it's a conversation, but I would probably pull the trigger on that one is Mawago. If Mawago is there, I would take Mawago over Sonny Styles. But besides that, Tone, for me at least, to answer my man Bamo's question, it's Sonny Styles. If Sonny Styles is there, bro, there's not a question in my mind. Outside of Malagoa, that would be my guy.
Yeah. Now, that's no big deal. Now, we might go in here needing 2 safeties. And I already said, Jacoby Thomas. Caleb Downs, I just got up there because it's just for the show. Let me ask you a question, Lou. What do you think about, I don't know, is it Zaki or Zaki Wheatley from out of Penn State? I don't know if you've seen him play.
You talking about the kid Vega out of Penn State?
No. The safety, Zaki. 6'3", won a 4.4.
You know what? I must admit, I haven't really done a lot of homework on safeties. I just know watching Jacoby Thomas at Miami, but outside of that, nah.
Physical. Now, his only issues is when they try to get him to play, because he's so versatile. They like to put him in the slot sometimes to cover the slot receivers. Oh, that Toledo safety, what's his name? They fire too. But Wheatley, Lou, look him up. 6'3". Think he run a 4.4 flat.
Yeah, I'll look him up.
201 pounds. Physical. And he's smart. Like instincts. Try to create turnovers and game check. He tend to play big in big games, Lou. That's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
When Penn State have them big games, he's the safety that's making the plays.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at him.
So, a sleeper. And I think you could get him like 3rd round. So I'm not too. He plays. It's a what big games? No, I'm talking about mines. Wheatley at Penn State, CCR. But yes, so that's the guy right there, number 6, Lou, that I got up there. Yeah, I did real quick. I was like, let me look at this dude. You know how I'm going. You know how I'm going through looking at, and then somebody pop on my screen. I say, hold on, let me look at him.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
let me see when they play them big games. Is he up there? Let me see. Let me see if he show up. Your team might get whooped, but let me see. Are you showing up? Yeah,
Right.
he shows up. So, they have there's that. Yeah, he a big boy. CCR. There's some options out there that I'm looking into when it comes to the safety, and I'm like, this draft is pretty deep. When it comes to secondary, and my co-host, as a special request for my co-host, linebackers. We gonna get into them linebackers.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Money Mitch, if you're still here, I don't know what the hell you talking about. He said, dog, did this man just say linebacker over a premier edge rusher? Or bro, what the F? What the, it is what it is.
Talk about Ruben Bain.
And again, I like Ruben Bain, but to call him a premier edge rusher, like that's not what he is. I like Ruben Bain. Very, very good player. Now, there have been games where that pass rush has been non-existent. So to come out here and say he's a premier edge rusher, that's not what he is. Now, I think he's very good at setting the edge in the run game. I think he has potential to be a good, let me say, pass rusher, right? Do I think Ruben Bain is one of those guys, Tone, that's going to get you 12, 13, 14 sacks a season? No, I do not. Those are premier edge rushers. Ruben Bain is a guy that's probably going to get you 5.5, 6, lucky, maybe 7, hell, 8 on a good year. That's not a premier edge rusher in this league. So, Money Mitch, I know you can get in your feelings if you want to. You're probably a Hurricane fan. I'm sorry. Give me the 6'4", 245-pound middle linebacker. Again, a green dot player, mind you, calling the plays, because our all-pro linebacker in Jordan Brooks does not wear the green dot. Mm-hmm. So if I could have Jordan Brooks and then pair him up with a young guy, that Terrell Dotson, obviously he's here for one more year. And Tone, that's even assuming if he's on the roster, right? If they keep Terrell Dotson. But a guy like Sonny Styles can come in day one, be the green dot. Bro, the guy didn't miss a tackle in the entire year until the national championship game or in the playoffs against Miami. Like, I understand. And Tone, to your point earlier, I wasn't trying to say, because you're right, an elite pass rusher over a linebacker, you take the pass rusher every day in the book. I don't see an elite pass rusher in this draft, though, to be honest with you. I don't really see one. So, nah, bro, I'm just saying, I just wanted to touch on that because he was like, bro, what are you talking about? Again, I'm just saying, Ruben Bain, very good player. Elite, like, pass rusher? Nah, that's not Ruben Bain. I'm sorry. If you believe that, that's on you.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ruben Bain has the ability to be an elite pass rusher. I don't feel he's a 5 to 7 like Lou. But if we're going to be honest, when it comes to drafting in NFL, I take my hat off. Like, I take that off. It wasn't consistent enough. That man would go in games and he looked like he's unstoppable. And even in some games that he was getting double teamed, triple teamed, and chipped, and I see it all the time. Yes, it affected games. But if I'm going to be honest, when I evaluate players, even the people that I like, I evaluate even tougher. Go watch, God dog it. What's the dude that was at South Carolina? Oh man, had number 7, came in the league and he wasn't all that, but he was the
Jadeveon
Clowney. Go watch him. You double, triple, I don't care. He's still jumping up, and this is every game. Will you watch them people that are the ones, the TJ Watts of the world? Watch them in college. No matter if you double and triple team, they still making the plays. Has Ruben Bain showed? Yes, he did. I need to see that every game. Every game. Go look at when you see like D tackles, Dexter Lawrence and Christian Wilkins. They were unblockable in Clemson. Double and triple team. It don't matter. You still couldn't block them. That's the consistency I need. Now, if you could get that consistent out of Ruben Bain, yes, he have the ability to be elite. Ability to be elite. I would never. It just have to show up consistently, and I have to be honest. It didn't. A lot of games, guys like Lou was able to clown us because we were like, "Well, did Ruben Bain play?" And we had to call a spade a spade. So, no, and I think Money Mitch is saying you got it twisted. I don't think he's saying Styles is going over Bain. No, I think he's saying he's picking Styles over Bain.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We all know Bain is probably going top 5, and he's most likely not. He's not getting out of the top 10. These are facts. Sonny Styles, he may as well be out of the top 10, right? But see, just like how everybody had Will Campbell as that big dog in this draft, me, more specifically with Grace Abel, I had him as my big dog. And then me and my good brother Kelvin in the build, we had Tyler Booker as our big dogs. It wasn't Will Campbell for me. Now, if you go look at the draft, everyone was on him. Everyone. With them short arms. Y'all watched him in the Super Bowl? Did y'all watch him the entire season this year? He had some great games, he did. But then he had some games where it was like, ooh. See, in the NFL, you got players that will use them short arms to once defenders extend like this, get that extension on you, them short arms kills you. Now you got to try to fight them. Offensive linemen aren't like defensive linemen, because defensive linemen could run the risk of getting out of position by knocking your hands down. If it's the offensive lineman try to knock your hands down and he missed, he's on the floor. Pass rusher got a free lane to the quarterback. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of you have a lot of people that rate these guys in the top 10, 15, even top 5. Over here, which is why I've always choose, and I will always choose to do a show with my brother. We don't care what them so-called experts say. We tell you what we see on film, who we see, and what we rank them at. And I think not bad so far. That's all I'm gonna say. But Lou, do you have any specific safety that you will be looking forward to in this draft?
I'm gonna definitely check out the kid you talking about out of Penn State. I'm gonna check out the kid that Dave was talking about out of Toledo.
Good out of Toledo. Yeah, I heard. I ain't got no tape on him, but I heard he was good.
Yeah, I haven't really done no work on no. The only 2 safeties is because I watched a couple of Ohio State games. Is obviously Caleb Downs, and I'm not taking Caleb Downs. For me, again, just real quick on Caleb Downs. For me, Tone, I think he's a very good player.
Yeah.
I think the way people talk about him, though, I would say when I hear people talk, I think that he's a little overrated in that aspect, right? I think he's a good player, but when you hear people like, oh, he's generational, he's this, that, nah, I don't see that with Caleb Downs. And then the other one that I've done a little homework on, watching or breaking down the little film, and then obviously because I troll you guys as Hurricane fans, is Jacoby Thomas as well. But outside of that, I haven't really got into or dove into safeties yet. But to your point, I will take a look at the kid from Penn State and Toledo for sure.
And Jacoby Thomas, he looked like he's going to be around. And I would like to say this too. I would like to say this too, Lou. To all you Caleb Downs guys, I think he has the ability to be elite too. But y'all told us he was generational. So he better get in the league and have a Nick Emenwari type effect and impact in the league. Because we seen Nick Emenwari. We saw what Nick Emenwari did.
Mm-hmm.
That's impact. They line that man up as a rusher sometimes.
Absolutely. Now, Tone, CCRR, and I know Anthony Manzano
Look
said
at
it earlier,
Bud
the
Clark.
kid out of TCU, Bud Clark. So I'll check
let
him
me
out
write
too.
him down. Let me write. Bud Clark out of TCU. I'll look him up. CCRR. And we still got a lot of people. And what Anthony said?
Well,
He
no,
said
Anthony brought up Bud Clark as well earlier.
okay. So Bud Clark. All right, we got him. Hey man, I will be him and Nick. His tape is crazy. It'll be him and Nick. His tape is crazy. What are you talking about, Rashad? You talking about Caleb Down? CCR said.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. That is wild.
Calvin, get out of here with your biasness.
I did see something.
It was one at USC though. Yeah, it was one.
Now, Kelvin, real quick, the kid Ramsey, did he play a little corner too at USC? Because I could have swore when I was doing a little research, I seen a kid or maybe
I heard about Bishop though, Lou. I'm not gonna lie. Oh look! He said low key Bishop might be a better NFL fit than I did hear about Bishop.
I don't know.
I ain't really hear about
I think Ramsey played a little corner at US. I could be wrong, but I could have swore I seen his name come across my screen.
Okay. Now let's see where these guys gonna fall. Now, I mean, we can't talk about them all because we got it. We'll be here for 2-3 hours talk about all of them. But I think we have some good prospects. Listen, it's still 30 of y'all in the building now. 32. Hey, help get the channel to 800. We were 6 away. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Over here, listen. Y'all can always come back to these tapes and say, "Hey, Tony, you said this. Lou, you said that." Because I think we feel good about our evaluation abilities when it comes down to looking at evaluating talent.
You telling them, Tone, to go get the audio? Is that
go get the audio? Go get the audio, my good people.
Kelvin is saying Ramsey played a little slot, so yeah, he probably played a little corner.
He played some slot. Okay, yeah. I ain't really hear about Ramsey, but that Bishop dude, yes, I heard about him. Pull up that pancake from Vega. Oh, don't worry, Rashad. I can't wait till we talk about old linemen in here. I can't. Lou, I'm gonna piss Lou off, boy. I'm gonna piss Lou.
What week are we doing that? I'm going on PTO. Is PTO still available? I refuse to talk trenches on this.
Hey, will we talk about the trenches? Oh man, I'm gonna piss Lou off. Yeah, Rashad. He low key don't know who our dog is, man. You know what I'm saying? Go get Vega. 32 watching, 32 thumbs up. The tight. Shout out to Mr. Billy Batson. But listen, man, Lou, appreciate y'all. Hey, listen, thanks to the couple people that gave us a couple more prospects to take a look at. Most definitely gonna check them out.
My final words, Stone. I don't even need you to ask me. My final thoughts for tonight's show is, Coach Mo, enjoy that VC box. My boy said the VC box is still going strong. So, hey, man, salute. That's my final thoughts. VC gang, man, throw it up.
Yeah, that's who the revolver go to, the VC gang.
Well, hey, it's not time for the revolver yet, Tone. You know what I'm saying? It's not that time yet.
Well, listen, I would say for my lads is make sure y'all check out these guys. Hey, listen, if y'all find some more names, make sure y'all put it in the comment section at the end. Come back, tell your friends, share our content to whoever you want. If they want to get some honest takes over here, and y'all can hold our feet to the fire with the guys that we be bringing to y'all. And other than that, Lou, man, I ain't really too much got anything more to say, man. So you know what to do, my brother.
Hey, man, listen, this has been the Wednesday episode of the Blitz Pickup secondary edition. Hopefully, like Tone said, we dropped a little knowledge on y'all tonight. If y'all do know, go check them out. If you already did know, you know what we're talking about. We'll see y'all Friday for the next illustration or episode of the Blitz Pickup. From my brother Tone, you know who I am. Salute to Jess. Salute to Friend Sanity. Always prayers up again.
Your prayers
And
up to Sanity to get well soon.
get well soon. We'll see y'all Friday. Y'all know how it is, man. VC gang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Subscribe, people.